party.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Awesome.
Or I can hear you. Can you hear him?
Nice
Yeah.
earrings. Again.
Thank you. We gotta work on more so I can show more variety. Don't you want to design a pair, Chesh?
Yeah.
We can make one in the university.
Oh yeah, that's also a plan. Yeah, we could do
But-
that actually. Hey, Gabriel!
What's up, kids?
What's up, kids? Not much. I had a really shitty awakening this morning. I had such a bad stomach ache. And then Catherine came in and was like, you should drink tea. And I was like, oh yeah, that should have been my first idea. But it wasn't. So I'm drinking tea now. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yes. Lauren,
Lauren!
you're good. Are you healthy again? Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh no.
Hello. Kinda. I'm healthy. I'm trying to get healthy. I went for some sport, some
I like
calming
that.
sport.
Oh, Josh, on camera, live. You guys, just so you know, I'm recording this one. Just so you know.
Good.
What? Wait.
I look
wait.
good.
Come on back. Okay. Should we wait like for 3 more minutes, and then if nobody shows up, I'm gonna tell you everything on my like I have a new list. Look, remember this one?
You told me not to make lists.
No, I mean like, oh sorry, it's called notebook, right? Not list. Like it's like
Yeah.
notebook.
Oh, I
Right.
have a notebook too.
And
Wait.
now I get a new one because the other one is full, and it can reflect all of you. Look at this.
That
This
is
is so
nice.
cool,
Nice.
Very shiny.
right? Oh god, you have a banker one. F you, man. Just F you.
Okay. Glenn gave it to me. It was kind of cool.
Ooh.
So, if you want to
Ella,
rob
maybe
me,
you can
I
put
write
your
my
voice
seed
channel to
phrase
the
down
top.
there.
Wait, what? Like only one of you can talk. Chash first.
No, chance gone.
I just said maybe you could move your voice channel to the top of the server.
Oh
'Cause then
yeah.
it's easier to find.
That. Can I do this
Yeah.
now though? Can I drag you? Can I drag you guys?
You
Oh, yeah,
try.
I can't do that, I think. Oh, no, wait. Different channels have different permissions, right? Yeah, I should do this. I should do this after our meeting has been conducted. Otherwise, you guys might be all just, popping out. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, let's get started. Welcome to Alana's second community call of like amazing 6 people, and 2 of them being here all the time. So thank you for that. I have a lot of news. You want to hear to my list of news? Okay. So I don't know if you saw this new channel that I put up. It's under welcome. It's called Get Your Role. So if you go on that, there's like a bunch of reaction roles, meaning the emoji you're selecting is automatically going to assign you a role in the server. Okay. So if you go to the channel, actually I could also just share my screen so you don't all have to go. Maybe you're on your phones. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so all the way up under welcome, there's one saying get your role. So it's like, I don't know, I tried really hard to find cool names, that people might like and I might like, or I actually like them. I don't just might like them. And so you can essentially click everything in a row that you feel attracted to. So for example, the only one that's kind of missing is one for Chesh and I think Glenn and some other people who are like adding more to the education side of things. So I wanted to give this like kind of the biggest role because it's like the most important part of Alana's world. And like Glenn is always like kind of sending me cool stuff, and Chash is sending me cool stuff to implement in the kit book. So that's the only role that's missing, because I didn't yet have a really cool idea for it, but I promise I'm gonna add it soon. And then you can see like I'm essentially almost making all of the categories. So these are the different roles that then automatically get added once you click one of those emojis. You can also click more than one. You can essentially click all of them. That doesn't add the role by itself like multiple times. It just adds it one time anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And yeah, so if you haven't gotten your roles yet, would be a good time to do this, I suppose. And also, if someone wants to know how to implement this,
something.
Huh?
Can I say something? I'm sorry.
Yes, sure, go.
Oh, wait, no, go back to your screen.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you wanted to say something not connected.
So
okay.
I could be wrong, and I try not to like see what to do, words, but I think necromancy, or just necromancy. I always say that word, but I'm pretty sure that means like communicating with like the dead, and it says.
Wait, what? You mean necromancer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, you are. It's like bringing inanimate objects to life. So this is essentially what we do with avatars. This is why I thought it was like befitting. But it creeps you out, is what you're saying?
No, I guess sorry, I'm also hungover, so I'm thinking over. But I'm just like, does that make sense? Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm probably just hungover in this.
No, I'm taking this actually very serious. So, could you maybe try and think of a good alternative then? Like not today. Yeah. Don't worry, not today. Like tomorrow or something.
Okay. I'm thinking about this now, and I'm like, wait, it actually might be fine, because when you, when you contact the dead, you're not bringing it to life, but it's coming alive in your, I'm going to say the word consciousness. But, yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm hungover. I'm going to stop talking.
No, it's okay. Okay, so I noted this down, and I will ask you later about it again. So maybe we're going to change it. Sounds good?
Yeah, I might be overthinking. Sorry.
Oh, maybe not. I don't know. I'm also having, like I said, I'm having a hard time. I want it to be like Senate of Mages or Advisory Board of Mages, or I don't know. Ich weiß es nicht. Now the German is coming through. But I also haven't found like a cool one for, people who actually advise for educational parts, like half the time. So that's also one that's missing. Okay, so much about that part. So I've added a lot of content to the Git book. Actually everything that you guys recommended last time. So that's being done. If you have time, check it out. It's not a description under every single word yet, but well, I have definitely added everything, and I gotta work out the details. If you have any more ideas, just dump them in the general chat, and I'll make sure to put it in at a good point of time. Also, Harry has volunteered. He's gonna put a written tutorial together for me to follow, to do the the fiat Matic Mona exchange thing. And so I'm gonna refine the written part, and then also I'm gonna make a video about how to do it. Also, Emma has sent me some stuff I'm supposed to do videos about, so that is also gonna get added, and it's more related to us and the realms, so that's cool. Oh, and also there was like this voting I put up on Twitter for Alana's World, because for the longest time I've been wondering, where does she actually live? And Lauren was actually one to say, like, doesn't she have a backstory? And she kind of doesn't. She really was just born last year, so there is no real backstory connected to her. But then, you know, we have the opportunity to essentially build out her metaverse in the long run. So I wanted to find a cool name for it. I proposed a few. Additionally, I said, well, if you guys hate all the names, then feel free to make alternative propositions, and you know, I will add them essentially. But I think Alter Agri degree 13 has actually already won. So I think it has like really the vast majority. If you can check it in like it's pinned to Alana's Twitter profile if you want to go and check for it. And then also Lauren and I had a call this week with the guys from ArtSect, and one of them, he brought my attention back to a project that's called Alethea AI. I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but it's essentially a bunch of people from around the world training online artificial intelligences and putting them in so-called pods. The pod is essentially like the brain of an AI. And so first I looked into the option to, you know, add Elena as like an avatar to the project, but it's kind of closed right now for that possibility. So I talked to I think this guy's name is Metarashi. Is that right, Lauren? It's like Metarashi, right? And so he spoke of the idea.
It's a Rishi, isn't it?
What?
Yeah, his name is Mickey. His real name, or maybe I'm not supposed to say. Maybe this is like a very obscure space. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. So Mitarashi, let's just stick with that. So anyhow, he made it sound like it could be essentially easy, which I don't quite believe. So yeah, I'm poking him about it to see what could potentially come out of it. Well, and then we have a ton of collaborations going on right now. We have one project I'm specifically like feeling passionate about. I'm doing with Catherine right now and Elena. It's, hey Paola! I cannot hear you if you're speaking. I don't know, are you speaking?
Hello.
Ah, hey, welcome.
I just saw your message. I'm here.
Yes. I think like there is I think today is a very lazy Sunday. I think no one really wants to do a community call. I'm also keeping it super short, don't worry. I was just coming to the point of current collaborations and wanted to have Catherine tell you guys just a little bit about the one we're doing right now. It's for the open call of like Pussy Riot. I don't know if you saw this on Innsbruck, Innsbruck? Instagram or I'm like, Innsbruck, what?
Welcome to Austria.
Yeah. Innsbruck, Mai. Okay.
On Innsbruck streets.
Today is really not
like
my day, guys. I'm like, forget it. Okay, so anyhow, Catherine, might you want to enlighten us a little bit about the Pussy Riot open call project we're working on right now?
Yeah, so when I was still in fashion school, my teachers, like, we had to do like an opposites collection, and they're like, you're using too much black. You should use color for this one. And I was like, fine, okay. So I was like, what is colorful? It's like, fuck. And then I thought about, oh, Pussy Riot, and I was like, oh, they're colorful. I like what they see. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Watch the documentary, and you know, I think me, like, just growing up with like Catholicism just resonated with like orthodoxy struggles, I guess. I've been talking to my friend a lot about it, and she's been helping me. Like even I didn't know that like women aren't allowed on the altar, so that made it even more like Alias made it more controversial. That's the word. But and then definitely mixing like Mary Magdalene in there because like some idiot in the crowd compared the girls to like Mary Magdalene and demons, but like, you know, Mary Magdalene was such an incredible human, and the church just shat on her, and yeah, so I really like the message for this and very colorful. And I hope you guys all dig it when you guys see it and hopefully you get selected. That was fine, yeah, I hope.
Good job.
I'm trying.
Okay, so just to explain this a little bit further, I also went around, thanks to Lauren's inspiration, and set up some collab guidelines for Elena. In the long run, obviously, once we're like moving into DAO, like we kind of need to vote on that, like kind of how the ENS guys did it, right? They put up like first matter of business after starting the DAO, putting up a constitution nobody knows a shit about, and everyone just says yes. This is essentially what. No, I'm not saying this is what we should do, but it needs to be voted on in the future. But I think it's just really important to do collaborations that stand for female empowerment, stand for Web3 education essentially, and not have this like diluted in any way, because if you mix it up too much, it might just result in people not understanding the brand at all. Because I mean, we call it realms, but I think essentially what we're doing is building brands, just the Web3 version of it. So so anyhow, this one clearly stands for female empowerment. So we're doing it, but in the future we need to make sure that these collab guidelines are probably more refined in a way. But you can, I don't know if you want to do something like this and implement that in your realms. I mean, Lauren has already kind of done that with her fundamentals, but like you can look them up on the Git book. I think it's in the first section under overview, collab guidelines. So also please let me know what you think. There are some things in there that not everyone might like or enjoy. So for every collaboration, I'm just like handing this to people first and be like, hey, if you can deal with this and you're good with this, right, then let's move on from there. And then I hope there will be less confusion in the future and we can do more stuff together and also do it independently from me. Like we can also use Alana, but like use her not always connected. Like I don't need to be involved in every single project. This is like my idea for the future, and I would give like people guidelines, but essentially they can kind of roam free. Well then Catherine, Lillian and Domingo, we're working on this, or actually we haven't yet started because of the Pussy Riot one, but we kind of have a concept for New York Fashion Week and for the film we want to do. And it's gonna be kind of a parody on projects that so desperately want to enter the Web3 space, but then kind of they cannot get in. Like really, they can take money out of it, but they cannot really get in and get a like strong foothold. And we thought we try to explain through the parody that it's a certain mindset that is also necessary. It's not just the will, but also the change of how we used to act in the real world, and that needs to be adapted. So anyhow, I hope it's going to be fun. Enki actually offered herself to design hopefully a really, really beautiful outfit for Alana, so that's one. I just received a message from Ollie 3D. She's gonna do something for Alana, but I don't know yet what. Dylan has expressed his interest. I just sent him the collab guidelines. And also we're gonna work on this is why I said what I said before, Chesh, about the earring, because I want to do a jewelry collection with jewels for Elena. So it's not going to be like, doesn't have to be all my designs. It could be, for example, also a design from, the community, or essentially you, if you want to start, with something small. The concept is royalty redefined. And so we would be working a lot with the symbol of Ethereum, because, like this whole crypto world has started to shift markets and essentially redefine what it means to be like a wealthy person, right? Today, or like in Web3, to me it seems like wealthy essentially means, well, having a lot of friends in a sense. Like people you get along with, and the more you get along with people that share your values and you share theirs, like the more wealthy you essentially are, right? That's a kind of very different working than, well, in Web 2, I suppose. I think, okay, last point, and then you can ask if you have questions. Last point is I pushed out like 2 months ago the birth certificate for Alana, and just wanted to make sure I now found the perfect application for it. So for Alana's Alter Agri, there's gonna be like, you know, the stars on the Hollywood Boulevard, right? Where it's like mentioning of people who were super famous. So for Alana's world, essentially the early supporters are kind of those famous people. So everyone who has one of those certificates is going to be put like as a memorabilia, in a sense, into that space, essentially in her living room. And also is guaranteed to have early access to whenever we're going to launch her Metaverse, because I have no clue yet. And on that note, I'm also looking forward to you guys selecting your roles so we can get started on a little bit of world building. Okay, that's it. Anyone questions? I'm like, oh, no?
I voted on Twitter.
What?
Voted on Twitter.
Oh, you just voted? For what? For which one?
Yeah. Alta Agri. Alta Agri. Sounds pretty fun. I would like to go there.
I cannot believe you are all voting for that. It was like my first idea, and I was like...
The others don't know how to say. They're all quite complex.
Nice.
What?
Like mnim. I don't know how to say mnim.
Meneme, I think it's called.
Yeah.
It's pronounced. It's also nice, but then K3 Dongs, I think is his name, he was right. It kind of sounds like the last, like the newest kind of processor out there. And I was like, oh yeah, maybe not such a good idea.
I will comment an idee.
Yeah, I ran out of Twitter signs. There was only like one left, and yeah, I'm sorry.
I have an idea.
I thought you guys would get it eventually.
I knew it wouldn't be a mistake if it was coming from you, so.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm safe, please.
Oh, you voted the second one?
Mnim.
Oh yeah. That's the
X1 core.
memory or remembrance one. So Alta Agri, I don't know if you guys know, but I really follow used to follow the Hubble telescope journey like really closely, and you know all the amazing shots it took over the years. And then there was this like incredible moment when the telescope essentially made like I don't know how many shots into like empty void space that just looked black. And then after they did like essentially a photo after photo over a period of over a week, they actually were able to see for the first time the deep field of space, right? And this is when we always knew there must be something beyond our galaxy, right? But this is when we first could tell that there were like millions and millions of other galaxies out there. That was kind of the moment, right? And so Alta Agri means essentially nothing different than deep field. And this is what they did. It's a deep field, photography in a sense. So this is where it comes from.
Do you know when they made the picture?
I don't remember. I think it was like a little bit over 20 years ago, I think. Do you have the date?
Crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy
it
stuff.
was kind of really a moment. I remember that I was at the time I was completely obsessed with, you know, everything, learning about planets and star systems. And I went to my dad's university at the time and visited the, how is it called? Sternwarte. Czesh, do you know the name? And it's like the
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
you know, where you can observe the stars and like
They
some,
have this big telescope and you can watch in the sky.
yeah, exactly. So, you know, my dad used to bring me with him to his university, essentially, to kind of take care of me. So he dropped me in the library, and then, you know, one day I got really bored at the library. I had gotten almost to all the books, and I saw across the window, I saw this massive building, this globe building, you know. And I was like, oh, what's this? And then the library assistant, she told me, and she was like, yeah, so, you know, you can observe the stars in there. And it was like, it was late afternoon and it already started to get dark, and I was like, I gotta go there. So, you know, I essentially, without permission, I left the library, ran off to this building, and I caught the guy who was in charge of it. And he was like, what are you doing here? Like, I don't know, maybe at that time I was maybe 8, 9, 10, something like this. And so he was like, oh, you wanted to see the stars. Okay, so he brought me in, and, you know, he showed me how it worked. Of course, my dad, he was like looking for me all over the campus, and he was like going crazy. And the library girl, she also helped search. And I was just really enjoying my time at the Sternwarte, which I don't know the English name of. Anyhow, quite obsession of mine, now reflecting in Alana's realm.
It's called a planetarium. Really cool though.
What is it called, Mo?
A planetarium.
Oh, a planetarium. Planetarium. Okay, gotta remember that. Thank you. Yeah. So anyhow, that's kind of my update. I'm sorry, I don't really have more for you guys. It was just a bunch of work the whole week, and it continues to be like that. And I guess for you it's the same, so maybe it's good this call is not going to take too long. But do you have any questions, or like maybe also something about realms in general, or I don't know, anything I can help with maybe, or you want to do something with Elena? I don't know. Shoot now if you want to.
Do you already know where you're going to build your world, or is it just?
I think you made it very clear, and I think it's very nice. Like
you.
how you've done, because like I think we're all kind of at this spot right now where we're like, okay, we have created, like we're creating, what do we need help with? Like how do we start to work with the community? And like we're honestly having a hard time figuring out like, okay, like starting to make these different spheres, at least for like entourage and stuff, but like, okay, once we kind of get the people and find the interest, how do you manage it? And like, how do you also understand what skills people have? So I think like how you organized it by like skill is very nice and like clear. So I think like how you've done that, and then how you have also like set up the Discord, it seems quite clear. It seems like you're getting interaction from people, like even looking at the people who've reacted to your things, like you have a bunch of people. So it's like, you must be doing something good. So I think it's very clear, and I like it.
I think it's actually like, it's half-half. But Paola, you were saying something. I think Lauren didn't really hear you, and hence overtalked you. Can you come back, please, and tell us what you had to say?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I think you're like a little bit belated on I don't know what's happening with your mic, but anyhow, I heard you, so yeah, that's good enough. Tell me.
I just wanted to ask if you already know where you're going to build your world, or if you're just looking for ideas, or what's with that.
So I was actually thinking, as you know, this world is supposed to be a little bit more complex. So we cannot do it in anything that has a problem accepting a certain amount of geometry, right? Hafid posted this morning very impressively on Twitter this like rendering in real time filter with smoke, and I was like, I immediately tagged Lauren on it, because that's apparently possible in the Get Filter app, right? This is kind of what we need for like metaverse experiences, right? So the only software as of now that I see fit for that would be Unreal Engine, because Unreal Engine 5 actually has the option to kind of ignore your geometry account. I don't know how it does it, but I suppose if an engine can do that, in the long run, a metaverse will also be able to support that. I think for now it would just be smart to build out a universe in Unreal Engine, do it collaboratively. I'm looking right now into sharing like work share modules. There's actually a ton of them out there, so that you can work on the same Unreal Engine project from like different accounts and different locations, and you know, can kind of start dropping stuff in and collaboratively building out that space. But yeah, I'm looking in like a ton of different options, but I'm like Catherine did, you know, the one with Mona Gallery, but also that one is like pretty limited in a sense when it comes to the geometry. Then Nifty Island apparently will also be limited when it comes to the geometry. So I think we're not quite there yet, but I think start building it, you know, start working on it, and then figure out a place how to present it in the long run. I think that makes kind of the most sense right now, because building it for a specific metaverse right now doesn't seem like too smart, because there's just, you know, there is no metaverse really like there and currently actually in play as of my knowing.
Question,
make
didn't you
fashion look
apply
good?
for Digital Village? Or
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. It's quite cool, huh?
I applied to it as a landlord, but they are not getting out of their shoes. So, you know, they are building an Unreal Engine. What?
They're fashion, right? Like they're looking at fashion. Digital Village, is that right?
No, yeah, Digital Village.
Village.
Digital Village.
They have like these runways, I think.
Yeah, but that's it essentially. They haven't published anything. I'm on their server as well. There was like a run to the server like a month ago where like Lauren and I were wondering what was going down, and then, you know, we checked in and essentially nothing really was happening. They just posted a teaser on Twitter that made people feel excited about the project. So in the end, you know, it's not really present. It's an idea. If it works, great. Then we can implement, you know, as soon as like they go online essentially. And this is kind of what I want to prepare for. But in case, you know, we have to wait for a longer time, this means we can either figure out a way on how to do this by ourselves, right? There's always that option. And worst case, we use the environment to, you know, make video content, like make live streams. So it's not like if we're building it in Unreal Engine, it's not like we are limited to the idea of publishing the whole space into an already existing metaverse. We can either decide to build one for ourselves that's, you know, just focused on Alana's realm and like Web3 education and all of those things. Or we could essentially create other content with it, you know, that would be helpful. This is like my thinking so far.
I also like that more like in a world to have it as for like the Fashion Week things, more like as a fashion catwalk. Because with the fashion catwalk, you have like a lot of seconds and you don't really see the dress. But if you're in the fashion world, you can like do more close-ups and see the clothes more than with like just a
I was
catwalk.
thinking too, instead of like a website portfolio, why not have like a space where, like,
Yeah.
if you want, you could just jump into VR and you could like really look at the clothing. And I think that's going to be the future, instead of having like a website with your garments in it. It's going to be so cool.
Yeah, true. Also true. Anyhow, if we start building it in Unreal Engine, I don't see any reason why we cannot, you know, apply it whenever and wherever we want to apply it to. and I think that's kind of a really good advantage. And with the new engine, and this I don't remember the feature right now, but essentially ignoring poly count and real-time rendering, I think that's gonna be the smartest solution for now. And also, so for actually when I did the collaboration with Paola on a transition through emotion with Alana, this is how I had this idea that, essentially Alana has been exploring through these collaborations different parts of her metaverse, in a sense, right? So, with Paola's help, she came to visit a jungle that can change its colors, right? With Catherine's help, she is now like, essentially like exploring another world, another side of female life, in a sense. So with every collaboration, there's kind of a new world being added to this. So we could kind of design Alana's world like a huge hub, in a sense, right? And then you have like all of these portals, these little portals that you can kind of jump through. And then, you don't really jump through the portal. It looks like you are, but then essentially the NFT from that portal will pop up and will be played. So you cannot, for at least not in the first instance, we have to see along the way, you cannot like really explore those worlds in 3D or VR, but you could at least, see all the places that Alana has ever visited in her metaverse. And I thought it could be, I don't know, maybe it's a stupid idea, but I thought it could be nice.
Hello.
Hi.
If you're ready, Stella, there's a few things I would like to add on. First of all, we're doing a project with Metarishi as well. Funny. We are showing, we're living, I don't know, I've just actually just posted it on Twitter like a minute ago. We are in this 250,000 square meter place in Nuremberg, which is like the second biggest vacant
fashion
building
metaverse today. I'm trying to
Germany.
find what it was called. It started with an A.
Lauren, can you not hear other people's?
No.
Wait, I think there's something wrong with you. Sorry.
There's silence.
Oh shit. Okay, I think you have to. Yeah, this is not on me. I think you have to. I'm so sorry. Okay, Lauren, can you hear us? I will hand back the word to Gabriel. Let's see if you can hear him now, okay? Okay, Gabriel, please go on.
Hello, Lauren, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now. Okay, I couldn't hear Paula before either. I'm like, is Paula speaking? Like, what is going on? Okay, go ahead.
All right, so we got a few points. We are in this pretty crazy building here in Nuremberg, and there's all these artists and stuff, like none of them very digital, except me and another friend who just made a fortune animating 8-bit ape butts, literally. We got some cash from the city and two very large projectors, and we will blast, or we are currently blasting content from artists on this really, really, really big building. And I will do that with the NFTs on the 15th now.
Whoa.
Together with
Awesome.
the Art Sect and some other decentralized galleries.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I will give some speech, maybe some other people as well, about how the artist scene in Nuremberg, Fürth, Erlangen can hop on board this NFT train and start making money with that. This being said, except for all the stuff the guys from London are bringing in, if you have anything to show, send it to me. I've
Awesome.
created. I created a folder. Whoops, somewhere. I don't know. I should actually would need that now, right?
Yeah. Can you put it like in a general chat here, so that, or did you
Yeah,
already?
yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. Let me search for it first. Okay, so yeah, it would be cool if you could just put some stuff on there if you have. That would be
Nice,
great.
Definitely.
And
You mean
the
like
interesting
videos
thing
or
is that
playbacks? Sorry, if I
yeah,
can
videos.
ask a question. Okay,
Like
okay, cool.
yeah, sure, MP4s or something. I mean, no, it's a good question. Like we can't do 3D stuff because the projectors are like, I mean, they're super massive, really, really big, but they're oldish. So yeah, it doesn't work with
That's
3D
really
stuff because
awesome,
we.
Gabriel. This is really
Pardon?
awesome. This is freaking awesome.
Yeah, the good thing is that was just like a stupid idea, and now it turns out that this might become like its own DAO. Because the cool thing is that you don't need a building anymore. You know, fuck Corona, and you just need to lend a projector. That's all. You know.
Yeah.
And you can just go somewhere and just show NFTs and digital fashion. I mean, it's interesting artistically as well, coming from like a rather small screen to a very, very big screen. I mean, you probably saw how the artwork from Refik Anadol looked at Miami Beach. That was awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to how this will look.
It's probably gonna
Also,
look
another
really
question that I have, sorry, because it's so big.
Yeah.
Do we have to render it like
Mhm.
bigger than we have the videos now? Because, for
No.
example, for transition, we don't have it in like a super 4K quality.
No, it's good. I mean, it's so far away that you don't see all the pixels anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, cool.
I will just share the link to the Google Drive now with you in the general chat, wherever that is. Okay, so what I was saying is that this might become like a series of events all over the world, maybe together with the stuff that Emma and Alma are building, you know, with the fashion shows and so on. Yeah, good thing is that there's a very low entry level. You just need like $200 for like a good projector, and you can do it anywhere in the world, and just need to drink beer while getting together with fellow NFT people. So it's going to be fun, I think. This being said, that that led to another thing. There is this woman who does. Where is that? Let me post this first before my. Where is the general chat? There it is. Okay. Here you go. Now, that led to another thing, and the other thing is that there is this woman who does this platform. It's called The Immersive Kind. Do you know it? It looks really cool. Design-wise.
Would you mind dropping that in the chat as well?
Yeah. Just did, honey.
Awesome.
So yeah, so then we might be able to show like the fashion there as well, and also have like a IRL event there, which is then in London, which is pretty cool. So if you post your artworks in this Google Drive, I assume it's okay for you if we would show that in London as well, so I don't have to run after each other afterwards and ask if that's only okay for Germany but not okay for the UK. So just so I've said that.
Sure,
yeah, and then we can practically do that everywhere on the planet. I mean, now that Paola is here and Sesh, I mean, what about Berlin?
Yeah, that would be great. So from March on,
I love to see. Or Vienna. I can see what I can do in Vienna.
Can you guys not hear each other? I'm wondering.
I stopped talking when I heard Sesh. It's fine. But when we start talking at the same time, we kind of
Okay, cool.
No, I just wanted to say that I'm available from March on for like projects.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. When is Berlin Fashion Week? I don't even know. Is that still existing? Didn't they move to Frankfurt, right? Which is a really strange
Oh,
move,
yeah.
but okay.
They're doing it at Kraftwerk right now, like a smaller kind of fashion week, but they're still doing it a little
Okay.
bit, but not that big anymore.
Who's doing that? Do you know who's doing that?
I
Is
forgot.
it still,
I can
still
look it up.
ARP and the Vogue ARP and the Vogue crew? Like from the
I don't think so, but I will look.
okay. I mean, I can check that out as well. Okay, because that would be cool, of course, to do that in Berlin. That would
Yeah.
just be fun. So, Paola, if you want to come down, 15th, Nuremberg, I can fix you a place to sleep as well. Sergio as well, if you want to.
15th
Yeah.
of what, February, January?
15th of next week.
Oh, sheesh.
Okay, no, I can't.
This is, but guys, I'm
I'll
sorry.
see if I can mention it.
But this is so German, right? Like also a friend of mine called me yesterday and he's from Turkey and he lives here in Peru now. And he was like, yeah, let's meet tomorrow at like 12. And I was like, I cannot meet you tomorrow at 12. I have community call. And he was like, he was so shocked about the idea that people plan something for the weekend. It's just such a German thing to do. Like have, you know, like the layout kind of like the master plan of your next month, I feel. So for us it's like, wait, you want us to come next week somewhere? Oh, that might be a problem, you know. I think it's kind of funny, maybe it's not. Thank you for all of this. Do you have something more to add, Gabriel? Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, there's more stuff going on, but yeah, whatever.
Will Mickey come?
Yeah. Pardon?
Will Mickey come to Nuremberg?
What? Who?
Metarashi.
Metarashi.
So, well, that's the question right now with like traveling restrictions. But
okay.
I got all the other girls to know, and they're as usual, the guy who does a lot of blah, and I think it's the girls who are really driving the whole thing forward. So. Yeah, we don't know yet if that's working or not. I mean, I would need some help there because like doing everything by myself, like checking like that the projection is working and doing the blah and welcoming the people and organizing and looking that, you know, I mean, and the project is just getting more crazy because we're doing it parallel, like in the metaverse and projected and like interactive and blah, I don't know yet. We'll see how that works out.
So if you say, okay,
wow.
So if you need help, I will come.
Oh, cool! That's very nice. Thank you. Yeah, let me check with the if the Brits are coming, and if they're not coming, I might take you up on that. But I mean, we got like 60 people in that creative space. I mean, I will find someone. It's good, but thank you very much for the offer.
Also, you cannot have a better helping hand than Shashi. He's best.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but I suspect that traveling. It's not, actually I don't even know how that's from Austria right now. I know it's not that easy to get.
Problem.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I can fly to America as for now, so should be possible to come to Nuremberg.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
I had something else. What was that?
Shoot.
Oh yeah, just because I have you, the deadline speak for New York. When's that?
31, as like end of the month.
Okay, oh that's good. Ample time.
Yeah, finally for something like good enough amount of time to get it done.
Okay. Yeah, great. Okay. Yeah, then that was from my part. Don't forget to drop your artworks there, please.
Thank you.
Jesus, my kids are fighting. I just
calm them down. I will say hi to Dylan because Dylan joined and Tiny joined. Welcome. And yeah, maybe Dylan, I don't know if you already had time to read the collab guidelines and if you're gonna surprise us with great news of an Alana collaboration.
I'm definitely game for the collaboration, but I couldn't find the guidelines. But I'm sure that once I read them properly, I wasn't too sure what section of the Git book that they were in. But yeah, no, I'm definitely absolutely 100% game for a collab. It's like I mean, the guidelines should be fine anyway.
Okay, awesome. Wait, you couldn't find the files? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it gave me a link to your Git book.
Yeah.
And then it was just the link. It was like the NFT page, but I went through the Git book, but I couldn't see a collaboration guideline.
If you go through the different NFTs, right? Like there's different NFTs listed, and then wait, I can show you. I can also show others here for future reference, and also hopefully Chashi is gonna try after the university has started to do something, so I'm gonna show him too. So if you wait, I'm gonna go to the view that Gitbook Alana. So this is the actual view that you guys will see, and then there's like Alana's NFTs, and here it says Alana's base files, and essentially it's you know, front and back to sketch on. I was like, maybe someone, you know, wants to sketch something on her and doesn't really work 3D, so you can download those.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I can maybe do something like that as well.
Yeah, and then you have the FBX file, which should be rigged, and you have the Z project file immediately ready for Clo 3D and for Marvelous Designer, whichever.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Obviously, yeah.
I'm trying to make this Git book like the resource, so I put it up here.
Yeah, no, I'm working on mine as well, so I'm trying to get my head around about it as well. So no, it's cool. I had to look at it through your Git book. It looks amazing.
Awesome. Yeah.
One thing, Stella. Sorry.
Yeah.
For the interruption. I was looking for your social media links on your Git book, and it took me like 50 minutes to realize it was below community.
Where should I put them? Where do you think is better? What makes more sense?
I would say like contact me or something like, or contact points, like some keyword where you instantly know, okay, this is where I can find the Discord and Twitter and everything.
Okay, I understand.
You just say links. About to saying links. I can hear everyone now. It's such a nice.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Sorry, everyone.
No.
But yeah, I would just say links. This is clear, right?
What would you say?
Just like links.
Just like links.
Links.
Yeah.
Maybe
links.
Maybe the more obvious, the better. Maybe I should just call it social media.
Yeah.
Maybe it should be just, you know, plain out, and maybe give it like its own section. Actually, I now put under it also like, because it was like, first idea was community, right? And I think that
if you say community, I'd expect like people there from your community.
So now it makes sense, because now I put under there like the Discord community roles, for example. They are like explained under there as well. But yeah, the social media links actually make no longer any sense there. You're right. Okay, gonna move them. Links. Okay. Have you seen something else that looked weird?
No.
Okay.
I just wanted to tell you that because it took me so much time to find it.
Okay, no, that's really good information, because in my sense, obviously, like, it's all super logical, right? But this is why I'm trying to get you also to look at it, because sometimes it's just very logic to me, and in fact it makes absolutely no sense. Welcome, Indica, by the way. Yeah, I think hey, you got something to add? You just popped up.
I just popped in, so I don't even know what you guys are talking about, but I'm here to listen. What are you guys talking about?
Oh, so Gabriel, you might want to check that out. Gabriel dropped in like 2 links in the general chat, which are also maybe interesting to you. It's he explained it before. I'm also uploading this call. So essentially, it's like a kind of a huge event he's planning that might be able to, you know, start become like a regular thing in very different places of the real world, where they project NFTs on huge buildings. I hope I'm explaining this right, Gabriel. You will interrupt if I don't, right? And so yeah, he uploaded, or he put in the general chat, the community or the Google Drive folder for us to upload in case we are interested in that. And I would guess you can also ask him for details anytime.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that idea.
Yeah, I think it's really, really cool.
Let me check it out. I'm trying to find the general chat.
Yeah, it's all the way up, actually. It's under the welcome section. Yeah, guys, also, you know, if you like having trouble with this Discord in any way, please feel free to tell me, right? Like, we can only make it better, and then you guys can implement that knowledge in your service, and so on and so forth. I think that would be a good idea. Also, thank you for Paola wrote actually out a piece for the Git book. Thank you so much for doing that. Anyone who does that definitely gets a few little gummy bears because it's so hard to write out this stuff, like all of it. So feel free to do it anytime you want, or you feel like it, or you found something interesting. I was looking for something else. I think I forgot something, but well, yeah, no, wait. This is actually about Chesh's new project, the Digital Tailor Academy. I wanted to invite Chesh to tell us a little bit about what he has planned, and also maybe get you guys on board, because I'm doing a session with him soon. So I was wondering if you guys would want to jump in, you know, building up that knowledge base. But Chesh, maybe say a few words first.
So probably everyone knows I have like pulled up this Discord server for learning digital fashion specifically. So Stella and I, we are making a first class basically, and coming next week we will announce the exact date yet. Yeah, so if you want to help there, if you want to join in as an educator, basically, this is really, really welcome, and it's aimed at people who are actually were new to the space, new to digital fashion. And one thing about the community is that everything produced there will be open sourced, so available in the Metaverse for Digital X, and I want to build this resource base. So that's basically it.
Yeah, I think that's really nice because, yeah, I mean,
you're mute, Stella.
You're mute.
Oh, sorry. This is actually really nice because you, especially I find in like digital fashion education, there is a lot of stuff out there, and there's like, you know, Steffi Fang, and then there's this guy, I think he's called Daniel, that Paola had recommended to me before as well. So there is like great content out there, but it's kind of not sorted in a way. And I think that's actually the tricky part to solve in all of this. You know, we can do a bunch of videos and we can make them as long as we want. But then is it really good content? I think the trick to this whole Digital Tailor Academy is like really have a plan on which are the things you want to cover. And then, you know, go like first session, second session, like really work it out and make it as you know, as concise and as good as you possibly can. So we were talking about doing one essentially about yeah, I think about kind of you tell me, what are we gonna do? What's your plan? Master plan. What's the first session?
Yeah, first session, I think like the best thing for beginners is like how to have a nice result very quickly, because you can quickly do that. And what I realized, what I already learned trying stuff out, is when you just have a basic t-shirt layout or a basic layout, this can like be the base for a lot of things actually. And then you can, and I want to emphasize on that, we are creating those basic layouts, those basic patterns. If you're starting Clo, for example, the first problem is about pattern creation. How do you bring patterns together? How do they look like? And if you have like those basics patterns, then you already have the pattern, so you can learn from there. So I'd probably make it about how to easily get a pattern in there, or how to find patterns on the internet, some resources how to easily import it into Clo, how to draw from pattern
So
patterns, something like.
Yeah, let's actually, it's something I think not a lot of people know, or that feature doesn't exist, and Clo, I'm not really sure. But actually, they have like a built-in modular library that you can use, and you can, with a few clicks, you can generate a T-shirt from it, and then you can, go from the T-shirt, and with a few clicks
I did not know
again,
that.
get to kind of a nice, let's say, shirt dress or polo dress or something like this. I mean, it's not like a magical and imaginary clothing. It's not what you want as like the final result, maybe, but it gets you somewhere. Like you said, like this could be like the first step. So maybe we could actually show that in the first run. What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
Like, if you guys need, like, I call them digital twirls, but I have like some, like, I have a library, just like my starting point. So if you guys want
Yes.
any,
Everything.
Always.
all the courses, resources, and tips. I for myself, I have a course. It's called Blender Live for animation. I cannot share that because you have to buy it. But you can like take inspiration from there, take stuff into it. So it's about building it out. And if you are thinking ahead and we are creating a realm out of it, you can tokenize a lot of things. You can build in governance mechanisms. You can build in indexes, rating the content, the best rating systems for
Sounds good.
or collaboration systems. I think that would be really great for people who are actually getting just started. And as I'm myself really low key designer here, I think I have I kind of want to make maybe a journey out of it. So that would be cool for me.
I think this is
Also,
actually pretty smart. Yeah. No, go. Sorry.
I'm doing a Clo 3D workshop in March for a university here in Germany. Maybe I can kind of, I don't know, do screen, what do you call it? Videos of the screens or something.
Oh, you mean
And then I
like
can
making
share
screen
it.
recordings?
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, I think.
And I also wanted to ask.
Do you need help, like how to do it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm going to start when I'm done with my thesis, end of February. I'm going to start with like how to start, first steps, how do I do it, and then I'm going to reach out to you guys for a little help.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah.
What university is that?
IMD.
Ah, cool. Okay.
Yeah, and also what I wanted to ask, what happened to the library Emma was like doing with the?
Oh,
with,
you
like,
mean the open source
open
vault?
source or something?
It's online.
There.
And I actually used her example to build kind of on the same system, which is GitLab. I built also Alana's open source closet. This is actually one of the collab guide. It's like one of the points in the collab guidelines that I didn't make mandatory. It's an idea that after an NFT with fashion has been sold. I mean, the idea is not to double mint it anyways, right? So I had this idea to put essentially all the clothing that has already been sold through NFTs to put it in that library in like Alana's closet. And I saw when I was looking at the Digital X vault, I saw that you uploaded something, right, Paola?
Yeah, I started to upload them and then I forgot. I think I just uploaded one outfit, but yeah, I wanted to upload everything, but then I didn't know if they are continuing doing in it or if it's like dead. What happened to it?
No, it's it's not dead. I think it's just too much happening right now. I really think it's too much right now.
But we can do it like that way. Sorry for it, but we can do it like that way. I can. You can just send it to me directly, or I can send you a cloud link where I can upload it, and then I can make the effort to bring it to the Metaverse library. Well, I think for some, the GitLab figuring out, signing up, and everything might be a little bit difficult.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah, same here. like for if you would be ready to upload the the two clothing pieces from Transition Through Emotion, that would be really nice. But of course, only if you want to. It's not like a set in stone rule in the collab guidelines. It's just an idea to add to the closet.
Emma made a video on how to.
What?
I think Emma made a video.
I just said so.
Oh.
Okay, Indika first. Okay, what's going on?
No, I was saying I think Emma made a video about how to upload to the Metasource vaults. I'll try to find it and see if I'll post it in the chat.
Okay, I don't know. Today I have a dog crisis in here. I don't know what's happening. All the dogs are really anxious. Maybe because we had so many earthquakes during the last weeks. Maybe they're like already sensing stuff that we cannot sense. Guys!
How many earthquakes did you have?
I think 8 over the last 2.5 weeks. It was really really tiny ones, right? Like really tiny ones as well. But like the other day we had one of like 5.6 or 5.8, and I was directly here in Lima. That shook us up pretty good in the morning. That wasn't so funny, yeah. But if they don't take longer than half a minute, it's like, you can calm down. But everything like that goes beyond a minute, I feel is very frightening, to be honest.
That sounds super scary. I've never experienced earthquakes in my life. I mean, I did, but I was sleeping, so I didn't. But yeah.
Doesn't count. Get it. Okay, guys, anything more to add? Otherwise, we will conclude our session for today. I
just wanted to know if anybody was going to attend the runways in New York, like actually go to them.
Oh, you mean how to attend the runways?
Or I was wondering if anybody was going. I know Emma said she's gonna let us know how to go.
I think all of us are kind of attending, but we all kind of have a similar problem, I guess. We know that there is going to be a stage. We don't know how it will look like as of yet, I think. And we kind of don't know, like, certainly where it's being shown in New York. I think that's the current situation. Chesh, is that right? You might have more insights on that.
Was the question attending personally or attending as a realm?
Oh no, I mean like actually going to New York and like seeing it in person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I want to do that. I hope I can do it.
Me too.
It depends on the COVID situation. Like, but if COVID is not like, if I can take a flight. I mean, America, I couldn't fly to America till November, and they opened up, and now they are letting people in. But
it's tricky because my friends told me that like all the shops are closing again, everything is going into lockdown again. This is how they feel in Brooklyn.
Emma said in the chat that it's like it's really open and nobody cares about COVID over there. The media is just hyping it up.
Yes, I was talking with a guy from New York, and he said me the same thing. Like, he's a construction worker there, and he said everyone just goes by their life as usual, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard differently from 2 other sources, so I don't know what to think. I
think it depends on where you are, and also like if you're listening to the media and stuff, and stuff like that. Just like depends on like if you're out. Some people are staying in their crib and like does not, not leaving. Like just getting lost into like the what everybody's saying.
Yeah.
So I think it depends if you actually go out and like start attending events to see how it's really good. Like what's really good. Also, I wanted to say your earrings look really good.
Yeah, because I was also thinking of going, but now I'm like I'm pretty hesitant, I guess. I don't know. Probably would be good to go. Probably it's gonna be fun. But then you might end up having COVID afterwards. That's gonna suck, depending on your reaction. I don't know. We had this after Miami, kind of this experience, and it wasn't like a super pleasant one. So I'm not sure if I
Yeah,
want to do
everybody
this
was sick
again.
right when they came back, right?
Yeah, a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Yeah. It's because, that's just human nature. We like to socialize. We eventually forget about the masks. I remember, like, the first day, like, Chesh and everyone else, we were all wearing our masks, very, like, orderly. And then over the time of the event, the mask got lower, 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 and eventually we lost the mask, It's just, it's in human nature, and it's kind of inevitable. I mean...
I think Miami is not so bad because the warm weather, and you've always been outside most of the time.
Oh, it was really nice. Don't misunderstand me. I really enjoyed it a lot. It was the first social event after after over 2 years. It was really nice. I mean, in Lima, we have been like in real lockdown. When Europeans talk about lockdown, I always have like an inner hysterical laugh, because you guys have no fucking idea how real lockdown feels like.
What is real lockdown?
Like, we were like essentially being sent to our homes by military people, and they locked us inside. This is how real lockdown feels like. And so, whenever like a German person is like, yeah, and we cannot get outside, I'm like, oh, well, I have a story to tell about that. But yeah, no, I mean, in the end, you need to decide for yourself. It's probably gonna be fun, that's for sure. I mean, Chesh and I can, and Lauren, I think everyone who was in Miami can confirm, working like with people, with Emma, it's a really nice experience. And also, this whole thing just feels a little bit like the internet all over again, 1992. Like, it has the same kind of energy vibe. Yeah, you youngsters wouldn't know. You wouldn't understand. But I still don't. I also don't really understand. But I could tell from the energy that my dad had at the time, right? It was like so excited, so hyped. And you don't feel anymore like you gotta sell people anything. You're like, hey, either buy into it or forget it. I cannot do that work for you. It's completely energizing and different. So I would totally understand if you would want to go. I get it. Yeah. So, I guess, anything else? Anything to add? I don't know. Mo hasn't said a lot, and her friend Tiny, I don't know if you want to say something or add something to the conversation.
Yes, so I've just been listening. My 3-year-old has been pretty noisy, so I've just been like listening for the most part, but I'm really excited about everything you have going on, especially with the learning aspect. You guys know that's like something I'm really big on too, especially like it's just what I'm passionate about in general. Like a part-time job, I'm like a track coach, and like I'm really passionate about coaching, especially people that are like new, and it's just like, they're like babies, and it's like I'm still a baby myself, so it's like seeing you guys start that is really helpful. Especially, you see, I just did my airdrop with Blender, and I finally pressed the render button, and I was so surprised when it literally just popped up my picture, and I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, I thought all these horrible things were getting ready to happen, and I've been putting it off because I thought I wouldn't have a laptop anymore after, so I've been trying to get everything else done, and just being not from that digital side and going into it, you have your own hurdles that you start putting in there and all these other things. So I think, like you said, having something where we kind of have like a study hall every week and are coming together and have like a clear from point A to Z also, because we all go to YouTube University, and like you said, you can find a YouTube video to see how to do something and then watch another one to answer another question. But having others that are learning with you and others that are there to help you learn, I think is going to be really beneficial. And I can definitely see how all the realms can really come together to keep like collaborating, which I think is really cool, because that's what we did already in the GDN. But it's like now we have our whole realm coming together to like help everybody. Like you said, Tiny's in here, and Tiny's someone that I was teaching intro to crypto. So it's like just cool to see how everybody's like coming together in all these spaces. Like you said, Gabriel having the projectors, and it's just like everyone has all these really awesome ideas, all these awesome resources, and it's great to see us come together and all these different realm calls, everyone supporting everyone and all the amazing cool stuff that we're about to do. So I'm just really happy to hear all that you're working on, and happy to be here. I did select my roles on what I could do was mostly like social media and writing. I'm a big writer, as you guys know. But hey, I'm telling you guys, when I figure out this 3D stuff, it's over, okay? So just doing what I can in the meantime, and just, really happy to be amongst you all.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm actually explaining.
Thank you, Mo.
Thank you, Mo. Yeah, I'm actually explaining the Discord roles a little bit closer in the Git book. So if you guys have any project ideas or anything you want to realize under that role, let me know. I made those roles also to make sure that people are rewarded with the candy token once it's out. And I think I'm finally going to be ready next weekend to launch it. So hold your thumbs for that. I hope I'm really going to make good on that promise.
Question.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, guys, one other thing.
Yeah.
If you get the time, I don't know if you remember if any of you were in that call, but I very briefly pitched that idea I had about lending out fashion NFTs. And this I will turn now together with a friend into its own realm. She used to work for McQueen and Magella, and I've just talked to her before, and it has like a few very interesting perks. One of them is that you can, it's staking in the end. You can stake your fashion NFT on that platform, and then we can lend it out, and you can, apart from earning normal yield, you can also get like a percentage of the costs that or the price that we generate with lending that out. That's also something we can do in the future with fashion pieces that haven't been sold yet. So that's pretty cool, I think.
Awesome. Cool idea. I like it.
Yeah. Or actually, buyers can stake their fashion thing there. It's like if they buy it, and then they can lend it out.
Everyone can stake it.
That's really nice. Gabriel,
stake house.
when you're like a little bit more like kind of getting ready for that, like post it also here in the general chat so people can see, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Cool.
So is it a platform already in the working, or is it a realm, or I think
it's an
well,
idea.
I have pretty much finished a first Medium article.
Okay.
Golf clap to me.
Pat on the shoulder. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be so... Actually, it's not going to be so complicated, because like everything you need for that is a staking contract. You know?
True.
I mean, we already have the tag for that. I mean, of course, it has to be a little bit different, because it automatically has to like take the garment back again after a while. But other than that, it's not that complicated. I mean, the whole thing has a longer story. I mean, I could tell it to you now, but being a mentor for this like startup bootcamp in Milano, we had like all these like startups who tried to do that, but with couture. But like the Gorillas, I don't know if you have that in your country, but that's like all these new startups delivering food very quickly to your home. So their pitch was like to be the Gorillas, but for couture. But then I was always thinking, I mean, like the market is just like very small for that, first of all. Then second, like it's a lot of work. Like you have to, wash the stuff afterwards and be careful that nothing gets destroyed and have to run after it. And, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But here in digital, it makes total sense.
Yeah. No, it does. Yeah. For more than one purpose, actually. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I'm always thinking like, what my ecosystem aiming is like this dressing service, similar to like DressFix is doing. So lending and dressing together could be something.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we could actually, could also, it's always the big problem was always like, I don't have anything to wear, And I mean, that is just like one problem we could solve with that. And not only could we like lend out stuff, we could also like swap stuff, and have like kind of a Kleiderkreisel there. I mean, it's very German now, but that's just, it's a platform where where you can exchange stuff, you know. So yeah, exactly, and just like have a just fun around it. And the best part is that it's a content machine. So anytime we get something landed from somebody from, I don't know, the Red DAO or whatever, we can make a post on it on social media. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm having trouble with, you know, like you do something and then, you know, you have to do, and you need like weeks until you do the next thing. And then you have to fill the time in between with content with like, I don't know, what is it supposed to be? 5-6 posts per day? No way.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, it's
yeah,
really a problem, definitely. And I also think that I don't know how you guys feel, but I think really, like I mentioned in the last Realm update, like Lauren is the one who has figured that part out like the best. I mean, I'm also really happy that you guys are showing up here. Don't get me wrong, but it's really hard to get people outside of our like circle excited about this whole thing. It's not easy. It's like really hard work, I feel. And while I don't mind it, it sometimes really gets in the way of me doing my actual work. I don't know, how do you guys go about that? Like,
no, I definitely agree with you on that one, Stella. Especially, I just lost my train of thought. Sorry, my son has said something to me. I was gonna say, especially because we're all also opening our own realm. You know, it's like one thing again when it was just GDN and one project and we could all contribute. But it's like say for New York Fashion Week, it's like, okay, they put the deadline out and now it's like everybody's like wanting to pick teams, right? But it's like everybody has their own team and like person or two people that they already do a lot of collaborations with. So they already have like a million projects. So it's like trying to get people to also say, hey, well, they can add to your project too, I think has been that tricky part.
Yeah, I think so too. It's on the one hand, it's cool that everyone has their own stuff going on, but then also you're running short on people to actually help you build stuff or build stuff essentially together. This is why we came into GDN in the first place, right? To make stuff together. And now it's become a little bit increasingly difficult to do that. Indica, please. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, I think has been pretty hard to like also just like balance out everything, like getting all the content out when it comes to like writing things out and everything, and then also trying to create, because like as creators we do need that space and time to like have, you know, like to really get into what we want to do, and like having all that filled up in our heads, like trying to get that out can like just be difficult. So I think that I agree with you when it comes to like trying to collab and like get, you know, make sure we're like attacking every area in this like DAO itself. So and then DAOs within DAOs, like trying to be a part of each of them as well, because I've been trying to like tap in everybody's calls and, you know, see where I can fit in. And it's like, and then you have all this stuff on that you have to do and get done too, and that's what, and especially like with deadlines and everything too. So, but yeah, I totally agree, and I feel like we should definitely figure out how we can come up with like a more like flowing, ease way, like, you know, to like get things done and out and not feel stressed about it.
Exactly. Actually, when Shesh said something about the academy, I first thought it would be about, because he's such a professor of Web3, I feel. So I first thought he was talking about Web3 education. I was like, wait, I need you, like, just cross over to Alana's realm and be there like all the time, right? And then he was like, yeah, it's about, you know, learning Web3 fashion. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, makes sense that it's its own realm. And so
I thought about it. Like, I wouldn't make a Web3 academy outside of your world, because it kind of, you know, doesn't make any sense. I think like the realms have the power to bring to them some space, and if you're doing the Web3 thing, then it should be there.
Thank you. No, it's just, it was my first thought, and I was like, no. And then you said, well, it's about Web3 education in the sense of, Web3 fashion. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense. But,
Wait, you
yeah,
wanted
well,
it to be like developing, like Web3 full stack? Like that's what you wanted it to be about?
no, so,
Me or she?
yeah, so the thing is that Chesh has been supplying Alana's realm with a lot of information about Web3. And everything like on the technical side of Web3 essentially, and how that works. And then he announced this like university that he wanted to build, which is now called the Digital Tailor Academy. And I thought first when I heard university, because we had that before in the GDN server, right, called GDN University, and it was meant for Web3 education. I was like, no, don't just be here all the time.
Oh yeah.
Help me out with this one. And but then he already, like he explained also in the beginning, it's now Digital Tailor Academy, and he now stated again, it's about developing skills in Web3 fashion design, and not in Web3 as in technical like stuff,
Developments and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
I
but-
want to ask, do you guys have any recommendations for any MSIs, laptops for rendering and everything?
Well, yeah, like I told Mo before, everything gaming laptop is usually kind of a good choice. Maybe Mo, can you send Indica the indications that I gave to you?
Yeah, definitely. I've got
Cool.
my notes, even from our last talk when I had sent it to you.
Perfect.
So I can send that all to her.
Okay.
Thank you.
You can also go to the Global Designer Network, GDN University, and the last conversation is about laptops.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
okay,
Hafid
perfect.
also posted something, right? I think I saw that.
Mm.
Yeah.
I also posted my laptop, so you can check, and the Mac laptops, and
And it has all the specs and everything in there too. So, awesome. Thank you.
I think there are only like 3 important things, right? It must have at least 32 gigabytes. It should be a RTX 3000 plus NVIDIA's graphics cards. So they are the 3000 series, and it should be at least an i7 or processor.
i7, and if you can demand that, it would be nice to have a hard drive that has a higher reading velocity, because sometimes you might have to like some 3D software just needs higher reading velocity, otherwise it might crash more often on you. So I found out that this is actually an additional indicator not a lot of people seem to think about. So that would be nice too.
Okay, thank you guys. I wrote that down. So can you put that in the chat, actually, Sesh? Your 3 things that you just said. Thank you.
Okay, guys. I actually have a meeting in real life in 2 minutes. So we gotta conclude here. But it was really good talking to all of you, and thank you for showing up on your Sunday. I really appreciate it. Thank you from Gabriel for sharing all of these amazing projects with us, and getting us involved. Thank you for Catherine, for sharing about the Pussy Riot project. Thank you to Chesh for always supplying me with a lot of good information. And guys, yeah, thank you for coming. See you next time.
bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks for hosting.
Bye. Have a nice Sunday. Bye.
Bye.